Well, let's see here. I think we're up and running. Alrighty. Let's see. All right. Welcome everybody. It's Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. The last day of June. Thank God we can get rid of this fucking pride shit. I mean, unfortunately, at this point in time, we've gotten so many fucking days for them in a whole month, and uh, you know, like the Trans Remembrance Day or something like that fell on Easter during Biden's administration, which was just a travesty. But here we are. It's the end of June. We're going to start July tomorrow in a few hours. As great Jesse Lee Peterson has called it, July is White People Month, White History Month. I totally agree with that. But then again, I totally agree that it's just it's America's day, America's month. So many good things happened in July in our history. And we are going to I've got a bunch of stuff coming up on Thursday. Stay tuned for that. We are going to go over the Declaration of Independence and what was left out of the Declaration of Independence to surprise all the fucking liberals out there. Fuck you. We're all free. At least we were supposed to be. But here we are. Hey, I'm Kep. Welcome to my show. We come on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 7 o'clock Central Time. Good to see you. If you check this out, let me know and let me ask questions. I like to chat. We can chat about any little thing that comes up. I will run through a bunch of topics, especially today. I've got a bunch of little shit that I could take each one of these little subjects and ramble on for a fucking half hour or longer, and then we would just be sitting here talking all night, and which that's fine. But anyway, June's gone. June is going to be gone. We got 5 hours here in Iowa. I'm in the eastern Iowa area. I am Cap on the channel Z-Man. Z-Man is my CB handle. Before we had cell phones, we had CBs, and we had fun with CBs. But I guess, what should we hit first? Should we hit the fucking Supreme Court bullshit? Same thing. This was a very troubling decision. And again, I go back to the fact that there has been very, very, very few Supreme Court justices that have actually know what the fuck they're talking about. They actually know the Constitution. And not just the Constitution, but the reasons why we have the Constitution, the reasons why we have amendments. And this again is another case where all 9 members, I'll include all 9 members, I haven't read the dissents, but at least 6 of them, because Kavanaugh's included, he just more or less said I vote on both sides, so it's like a concurrence or something like that. At least 6 of them missed the whole fucking point of being a justice is knowing the law, and not just how it's been interpreted by some idiotic Supreme Court in the past, we're talking about birthright citizenship. We're talking about the 14th Amendment. Now, we had the Federalist Papers. We had the Anti-Federalist Papers. The Anti-Federalist Papers ended up being a lot more better for the country. That introduced our Bill of Rights and the amendments. For one, it also took a lot of power away from the Supreme Court. In the beginning, the Supreme Court didn't mean shit, and it still really doesn't mean anything for the most part. They hear a lot of cases that they shouldn't hear, and then they skip over cases that they should hear. And that's just who's in charge of seeing the dockets. So, but yeah, they got it wrong again. Again, we don't go back to see why. Why do we have the freedom of, why did we write in the Constitution, in the Bill of Rights, the freedom to assemble, the freedom to petition our government, the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, freedom of press? Why? Well, we have explanations for that. And in every form of government, it was wrong to speak ill of whoever was in charge. It was a punishable crime. Well, a little criticism isn't bad. If you're there to represent the people, you're working for the people, you should take some criticism along with praise. It shouldn't just all be praise. They were smart in that. Freedom of religion. All of the first colonizers of the Americas were escaping religious persecution. Whether or not the country is Catholic or Protestant, and if you're a Jew in that area, or even a lot of Muslims weren't around there at the time. It was fighting within the Christianity. There was always fights. These fights have been going on since Martin Luther. The fight between the Protestants and Catholicism, and then you get into the Protestants, and there's so many different sects of that they all disagree at some point in time. And I don't know how the fuck I got on this little goddamn tangent. Again, see, I can just go start rambling off and have no idea why the fuck I got off on that subject. Oh, yeah, but anyway, why should we have a free press? Well, why should only one side be heard? Why can't both sides be heard? 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides. And especially now, we're in the age of the internet and everything else, and everybody's got a phone with a camera, and we're videotaping and shit. That's great. It is freedom of press. You are the press. And you can, through social media, give a bird's eye view of what's going on in this situation. Whether or not you describe it right, because your eyes can deceive you versus the camera. We found that out in the Carmelo Anthony trial with the defense's star witness, who just, he saw what he thought he saw what he wanted to see, and obviously he didn't, because the video backed it up. So, but again, we have reasons why we have these amendments. There's debate on these amendments. So we have purpose. So we get into this, which, again, we need to go back and we need to see what were we talking about when we passed this fucking law, this amendment. This amendment was to ensure that the slaves that were freed under the 13th Amendment, that we'd recognize that they were citizens, but not their children. And this would recognize their children and be done. like I said before, a lot of these amendments need to go away. The 14th Amendment at this point in time is really stupid. But if you take it for what it is, you talk to the authors of the amendment, of who wrote this. And this is Mr. Howard, senator from Michigan. And he's talking about the amendment. All persons born in the United States, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and the states wherein they reside. Do not purpose to say anything on that subject except for that the question of citizenship has been so fully discussed in this body as not to need any further includation, in my opinion. This amendment, which I have offered, is simply a declaration of what I regard as law of the land already, that every person born within the limits of the United States and subject to their jurisdiction is by virtue of natural law and national law a citizen of the United States. But this will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, and people who belong families of ambassadors or foreign ministers that are here on official business and they have a child. Their child is not a citizen, but will include every other class of person. The class of person at the time, we were including rich, poor, black, white, Asian. Pretty much all we had here. That's the majority of the countries, per se. So, right there explains why birthright citizenship is illegal in the United States. The author, explicitly said that you can't have anchor babies. So 6 Supreme Court justices failed to read why the law is the law. And this is where a lot of the Supreme Court justices overlook this. All of them. This is why I think that there should be AI take over being the Supreme Court. I would be all in fucking favor of that. Because at least AI might have caught this. They've got books upon books of case laws dating back into before we were even colonies in from England. And all these other case laws across the world, and where we came up with our rule of law in the United States. From the Greeks, the Romans, the English. No. It's, again, they got it wrong, and now this was a case that they should have saw. Now you got the case where Trump wants the case against him from that Eugene crazy ass, kooky ass bitch, Eugene Carroll. She sued him and whatever, and he's trying to get out of paying her, which he should. It was a rigged law to get him backed by a billionaire that's actually been on Epstein Island numerous times. The Supreme Court said they would not hear the case. So automatically that is a win that the Supreme Court has upheld that Trump is a sexual predator because the Supreme Court says so. No, the Supreme Court just chose not to hear that. This is along with all the cases in 2020 having to do with election fraud. You had Texas suing Pennsylvania over their voting. That was a case that should have been taken up, because are you going to, if the Supreme Court does not step in, does that give Texas the right to send up troops to use their National Guard to go against Pennsylvania? Say, hey, this is where the Supreme Court needs to step in. Now, this case, yeah, again, I agree with him that they should, they can't overturn this. This is a civil infraction. It's not a criminal. It's civil. It's like OJ. He was found innocent of murdering Nicole Brown Simpson, whatever her name was, Nicole Simpson, and her friend Goldman. He got off of that charges, but then he was found civilly guilty of murder, and so all that is a fine. It doesn't mean that he was guilty of it, and we all knew he was, but anyway. Yeah, let's move the fuck on, because this is getting really... It really pisses me off. That I really hate our judicial system. It's crooked as fuck. It's been crooked as fuck. I do believe that we've only had a few good Supreme Court justices. Anthony Scalia was one, murdered. Yeah. Heart attack. No autopsy done. Actually, the autopsy was denied by another federal judge, and that was really out of protocol. Obviously, he had a heart attack, just like obviously Epstein hung himself and didn't break the bones in his... Yeah. Oh, Jesus fuck. What else we got? Farm bill going through, thankfully. We always got to look after our farmers. We live here in Iowa, love our farmers. Cheers to our farmers. We drink milk. I drink milk. Lots of milk. Not sponsored by any milk companies. But I'm for it. Melting here too. Sorry, I'm kind of wiping some sweat off. It's still kind of warm. It's kind of it's warm here in Iowa. We'll get to that in a minute, but we got the farm bill, and thankfully we have we're finally going to defund animal labs. Yes, we're funding animal labs in China and Russia and other countries. Oh, you think back of Fauci and the beagles, what he was doing to those poor puppies, and oh, well, we can't do it here, so we'll pay Wuhan to do it. It's still your taxpayer money that we affect pets in a lot of things, but thankfully, thanks to the White Coat Waste program, they've exposed a lot of this stuff. I'm sure it's getting a little bit easier for them, especially with AI, to be able to read through these bills and see where this money's going and be able to trace the money a little bit faster. But they've done a lot of legwork to trace money, where it's going. Back channels, our tax money's been going to Wuhan. It's been going to Russia. It's been going to biolabs in Ukraine. We fund lots and lots of evil things that we have outlawed here in the United States. So we do it outside of the country. Don't be surprised if there's other... come here, Pokey. Come here. Sorry, my cactus just got in the way. Come here. No. Can't have you sitting there. You're hot. That's Pokey. We call her Parkour Pokey. It makes shit interesting, that's for sure. A couple cats, dog. She's fighting puppy eyes. So, anyway, we've been funding all kinds of research in Wuhan, of course, notably for releasing of the COVID bullshit. If it really was anything to start off with, who the fuck knows? Backed by Joni Ernst, thankfully from Iowa, doing something good on her way out. This is her last year. And she has been working really close in hand with the White Coat Waste Program. She has had a lot of backing of getting rid of these cuts and making it better for us in the long run. It's really concerning of what is actually going on behind closed doors at these research centers, because I get curious. It's fucking hell. We hear about the stuff that happened in Nazi Germany during the Holocaust, if you will, of the different tortures and things going on, the experimentation, especially with humans, animals, and whatnot. Well, that shit never stopped. I mean, we obviously by now everybody knows about Operation Paperclip because, well, now it was in a Marvel's movie. So it's very true that this research has been still ongoing from 1945, the fall of Germany. These scientists got out and have been doing experiments and trade, and that information keeps getting better and better and whatever. But here in the United States, we did outlaw it. The gain of function research is what's really bad, and that's where you create something before you have a cure for it. So, like this, whatever COVID was, and I don't believe for 1 minute they had a cure-ish thing for it. It was called the vaccine. That was the deadly part of everything. Designed mainly to kill off old people, in my humble opinion. And that's my opinion. It was designed to kill off old people. Now we go back to H1N1, where it was the swine flu, and it just affected kids. And we didn't shut down schools. We didn't shut down anything. We kept right on going. But when a disease affects mainly older people, we need to shut down the whole world. And that was just to quarantine them away, to get this booster thing, this shot going, to ultimately take them out to reduce population. Get the old people off of the Medicare and the state funding and whatnot. Free up money. I mean, I do believe that's a lot of what's going on over in Europe right now. Yeah, they have heat waves. Okay, we have heat waves here in the USA. We're going through a second one right now. That's supposed to be at least, we're at 5 days, going to be plus 90 degrees here. For you people over in Europe, that's like 32 degrees or something like that. I did see right about 6 o'clock. Yeah. About 6 o'clock, the airport was reporting real feel of 42 degrees Celsius. air temperature is 32.5 or something like that, 32.8 Celsius. So, we're mid 90s, 108, 109 degree real feel. Yesterday felt worse than today, but we have air conditioning over here because, we like to not suffer if we don't have to. We do pay a premium. We pay extra electricity for that. Otherwise, yeah, heat can be bad, not nearly as bad as the cold. The cold will get you a lot faster. But they're bitching over there across the seas because they don't have air conditioning, and we're not used to this heat, and blah 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 blah. And there's AC Nazis in Europe, I swear, turning people in for having an air conditioner. Meanwhile, China's putting up videos of them putting air conditioning to their pets. They're not their pets, but pets, but food. Their hogs, pigs, chickens, air conditioning their buildings. It's all having to do with that freaking bullshit that they think we're in a climate change, and they think that humans have 100% to do with what happens in nature. And here's a news flash for all you fucking tree-hugging motherfuckers out there. Humans have 0% impact on Earth. 0. There's been so many times of cataclysmic events on Earth in the past that we know of, we can see, like taking shifting the poles. North Pole becomes South Pole. South Pole becomes North Pole. What are you going to do when the Earth tips over? That creates tidal waves and cracking of Earth's crust, and this is proven. It's happened numerous times. Look at the Atlantic Ridge, and you can see the pattern of the magnetic effects on the iron ore and stuff in the seabed, going positive, negative, negative, positive, back and forth as it's spreading out, because we're getting further and further away from Africa and Europe. Iceland is in the middle of this. Iceland is constantly growing. Iceland is, I forget how many, it's not by much. It grows depending on the year, but it's slowly creeping apart. But anyway, back to the climate change. The European Union and the leaders that be are telling the populace to abandon your air conditioning, abandon comfort for Earth, for Mother Earth. Abandon your comfort. It'll be all right. It will be all right. No, I'm not coming outside. I'm going to stay. Actually, I've got a bed in my office at Parliament, or at wherever in Brussels, at the EU or whatever, or France at Marseille or whatever. They've got their air conditioners going there. They sit back in the AC and tell you you're the problem. You can't have AC because it's for the environment. But I need to have AC so I can make sure that you don't have AC. All a sham. And it's just a big fucking sham. Oh, yeah. And it's a scam, and people are falling for it. We fell for the fucking COVID shit, the lockdown. Do as I say, not as I do. Again, get more into this on Thursday, especially Thursday. Yeah, and like DC Drano, you know, we don't want to have the AC because yeah, it's going to affect older people first. Um, because as is, they're usually not as hydrated as they should be, uh, especially in nursing homes and whatnot. And then don't even get me started on going on hospice because there's going on hospice and in final days you starve and you die of dehydration more than anything else. Make everyone feel hot and miserable so the global warming scam feels more real and they can pass more tax increases. And that's what it is. Oh, well, you know what? Tell you what, I'll let you run your AC. But to offset that, you need to pay me an extra $50 a day that it runs. If you run it for 5 minutes, I'm charging you for the day. So you might as well run it the whole day. So, and we're going to know about it because we're the only AC unit you're going to have is a smart AC unit that's going to upload when you turn it on, and we'll keep track. Or we'll charge you $10 an hour of AC run, we'll say. That's your carbon tax. Because we've got to offset that. We've got to be able to scrub that carbon out of the air now that you just put out. Okay. Where's that money going to go? Is that going to go help feed the poor? Help the homeless? Medical? No. Where the fuck's that money going? And then on top of that, they're going to tax you even more on your income because it's hotter now, and we need to do more. We need to do more like we did up in Scotland and get rid of 20 million trees to put up a whole bunch of wind generation towers. You took out carbon dioxide scrubbers to put up high maintenance electric machine, electric generator that's very high maintenance. It's sickening. I don't know what to say. It really bothers me at times, but and this gets to another point. I mean, not just are they cooked over there because it's fucking hot, but this guy has a great thing between Napoleon, World War I, World War II, etc. Since 1800, 120 million plus people have died on that continent due to war. That's a lot of people. So, are they genetically retarded now? I mean, it kind of seems that way. I don't know if it's that. I could see a lot of that, but it just doesn't make sense that, we got a lot of that stupidity over here too. But I mean, that does kind of make sense. I mean, yes. The best and the brightest usually go to war. So maybe he's onto something, but I'm gonna sit here in my AC for now. I mean, I still got to go outside. I go to work, and I might as well be about damn near outside. Work in a shop. We have AC going that helps a little bit. I mean, it does take some of the moisture out of the air, but it's still warm. Yeah, we sweat. Get in front of a fan. You'll be all right. This is really the AC thing is we've evolved to have AC, and now you want to outlaw it. It's fucking retards. Fucking retarded. Yeah, this was getting onto the temporary protected status that Supreme Court did actually read what the law was. It says temporary. Going through it, you have people up here for 26 years. That's not temporary. El Salvador earthquake, the 2010 earthquake from Haiti, 16 years ago. It's not temporary. What about all the housing and everything else? The Clinton Foundation poured billions of dollars in there. Billions, but millions. Here's no. Get the fuck out. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. What's really bad is we do have people standing up for them, saying that, you know, they've started businesses, they bought homes, their kids are in schools, they have X, Y, Z. Wait a minute. Hold on. If they were here for temporary status, how did they qualify to get a business loan to start a fucking business? How? How did you qualify to buy a home? You're here temporarily. The bank's going to say, yeah, I'll give you $100,000 for this home. Yeah, you're here temporarily? Okay, yeah, no problem. How soon do you go back? You don't know? Okay. Yeah, no problem. We'll give you that $100,000 for that home. And shit, they're gone. What do you mean? They went back to their country? Really? Well, fuck, I'm out of my money. Yeah, I could sell the home, but they kind of trashed it for the first month that they lived there. I've got to put another $20,000 into it. Now I got to sell it for. It didn't pay me anything. I got to pay $100. I need to sell this house now for $120,000 in a market that's only worth $100,000, and I got no money from these people because they were here temporarily. No, strings were pulled to make this shit permanent. If you can't fool the populace to vote for you, you bring in a new populace to vote for you. The problem is one side has been actively doing that out in the open, changing laws, getting judges on board. And the other side sits back and says, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, okay, I'll sign it. Don't do it. Doesn't do shit about it. Conservatives need to be on board with this to deport every single person that's here. We need to go after the Supreme. Again, take this back up into the Supreme Court to make a different argument on the 14th Amendment. They obviously have gotten it wrong. Or attach a bill in Congress. Attach a bill into the SAVE Act, like I think they're going to try to do, to just terminate birthright. They can amend it. That's more inactions by Congress, and the Senate doesn't want to do anything anymore. The Senate can't get a bill passed that 80% of the populace wants. even in strong Democrat areas, they want the SAVE Act. Why wouldn't you want the SAVE Act? Why wouldn't you want to know that our elections are getting closer to having zero fucking fraud? That tells you something. Yeah, so they're just gonna sweat over there, sweat. Here. No. Oh, yes. Speaking of immigration, Jamie Ratskin, fake cancer boy, whatever. I don't know. He might have had cancer. Anyway, of course, he's we need to keep all these immigrants here. We need to actually have not just anchor babies, but yeah, we don't even need to have border patrol. Just fucking leave it open. You can come and go from Mexico if you please. We don't care. I mean, the Mexicans sure as fuck care if I want to go down to Mexico, but different fucking story. We're going to get kind of into a shouting match in Congress, which I love. I love this. I don't know why that's muted. Oh, no. It's got no volumes. Why haven't I got no volume? Oh, that sucks. Anyway, I'll just read then, god damn it. So, Lawler, the representative from New York, one of the few representatives from New York that's actually a Republican, they're accusing each other of not giving a fuck about an American dying, one way or another. Lawler goes on, so he says, so fuck you, quit moving. So while some of my colleagues may not want to hear the truth, the same outrage you feel about Renee Good and Alex Preddy, two up in Minnesota that got fucked around and found out, should feel about Sheridan Gorman and Laken Riley and every angel family in this country. All the people that were the American citizens that were killed by illegal aliens that shouldn't have been here in the first place due to wide open borders. And Raskin, I do feel the outrage. You do not. More or less, I mean, he tells Lawler to get the hell out of the committee. It doesn't belong on the committee because he doesn't have the outrage for the two that were shot and killed up in Minnesota during violent protests. Not peaceful at all. But you fuck around, you find out. I mean, when you are obstructing justice, it's a physical act. Obstruction is a physical act. What that Renee Good did was a physical act. She tried to get in the way. She tried running over an ICE agent. Whether or not you want to say the snow, the ice, her hands this, or the mouse said that, the wheels went this, that, he did get clipped by the front of the vehicle. And I've been hit by a car. If it weren't for the fact that the cops got there, I probably would have about damn near beat him to death. I wasn't hurt, thankful. You tried to kill me. You tried to fucking kill me. I work on cars. I know how much they fucking weigh. I've had vehicles run over my foot. I've had jacks fail that almost kill me. A vehicle is a deadly fucking weapon. And the other one with the dude, I don't know. Was it his gun? Who the fuck? It could have been his gun. But anyway, they got into a little bit of a shouting match and whatnot. So I don't understand why I lost all the fucking volume on that. But, oh, because I hit it up there? No. Whoa. Stop. Fuck Michelin tires. I mean, those are tires. But, where were we going with anything here? Yeah, the sun's getting hotter, whatever. So you can get AC in Europe, but you have to die. I mean, they're firing up the refrigerated containers, so yeah. Swallow. Here's my subject. I love this. I don't know if it goes along with June or not, but I don't get the whole fucking almond milk, soy milk. Is it because you're lactose intolerant that you need to have this stuff? Fucking mess over here. Everything's condensating everywhere. Ooh, that's cool. I think it's unhealthy. That's me. I think if you're lactose intolerant, I mean that's one thing. I kind of understand why people are. I mean, you kind of go in and out of it, but literally we have like 8 animals you can get milk. I can't think of all of them offhand. I know goat, cow, obviously. I forget what other kinds of milks. I do believe like even freaking primates milk is safe for humans. I mean, we're all mammals. So, but yeah. We have these sources to get milk and we got to get it from an almond. That if you are lactose intolerant, I understand. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but tell me, you're not sitting down and drinking a full glass of almond milk, are you? You're not going to sit down and drink, more than 8 ounces. We'll say 12-ounce glass of milk, of almond milk at a time. I'm assuming so. You spend so much money for it. It's a small little container. I don't know. I just don't think the proteins are right for a person. I don't think anything's right as far as nut milk. I mean, first off, I don't see tits on almonds or cashews. It's kind of hard to milk them. Oh, anyway, so yeah, I don't understand. I'm far from ever being a vegetarian. I'm actually kind of far from being an omnivore in a lot of ways. I would rather have anything from animals. Cows give us lots of nutrients. They do a great job of turning grass some corn into great milk and great steaks. Just saying. But even goats, sheep, whatever. Goat's milk is decent. It's very nutritious for a person. Why I find it really... I want to say there's something that goes along with the lactose intolerance, and I'm probably right with that. I remember my dad saying something that he was on a soy blend because he was lactose intolerant. He couldn't drink his mom's milk when he was born. And then, but he grew out of it, obviously, and he was up to going through maybe a gallon a week, a little bit more at the time that he passed away. And he was born in the 40s. Soy milk is all the wrong proteins, all the wrong fucking proteins. I think I would say they're all the wrong proteins. That's a whole nother subject I can get on. Again, my beliefs. Not saying that I'm the best person in the world. I'm not an expert by any means. I just have my beliefs, my opinions on it. In my opinions, I feel have been proven right by more people than not, and by the right people, not people that are paid for by the government, paid for by taxpayers, paid for by weird shit. So, but here in the we've got the weekend coming up. I know it's only Tuesday. I think a lot of people are going to have Friday off to celebrate the 4th of July because it's on a Saturday this year, and the majority of us that work the 5-day schedule, Monday through Friday, we get Friday off to get our holiday pay. And so, what's everybody else's plan? I mean, this weekend's going to be a little different, but this is my normal weekends. And yeah, if we've actually, yeah, my dog stays home unless if I go to work. If I go to work, she doesn't come with me. But other than that, she goes with me. She loves riding in the car. She loves car rides. I'll say that, but might come running. Yeah. Yes, if you have your puppies, take them with you. They love car rides. Most of them love car rides. We love our fur babies. It'd be like this is tilted. But I think we'll leave it there for today. We're going to come back on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Be there. We're going to get into the Declaration of Independence. I got a better one than that, but we're going to get into preview. So, we'll get into it on July 2nd. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. God bless everyone. God bless the United States. Christ is King, people. I sound really awkward on an outro, but I just... Yeah. I'll get a catchphrase or something. Have a great evening. We'll see you on Thursday, 7 o'clock for some history in the making. Thank you.